In the small town of Maplewood, Vermont, where the seasons still set the rhythm of life and people recognize each other by the sound of footsteps on the sidewalk, there stood a white wooden house with light blue windows and a wide porch facing west. That was where Harold Thompson lived, a 78-year-old widower known by everyone as a quiet, polite man devoted to routine. Every morning, exactly at 6 o'clock, even before the church bell rang, Harold woke up, put on his worn gray sweater, and walked slowly into the kitchen. The smell of freshly brewed coffee spread through the house, mixing with the scent of toasted bread. He placed 2 cups on the round table, adjusted 2 chairs, and smoothed the tablecloth with care, as if someone were about to sit down at any moment. Outside, the large oak tree in the backyard stood firm, its thick trunk marked with old carvings that recorded birthdays, initials, and promises made decades earlier. The walls were covered with yellowed photographs. Children with scraped knees, simple celebrations, snowy Christmas mornings, and a woman with a gentle smile wearing a light blue dress. Harold spoke softly as he ate, commenting on the weather in Maplewood, on the birds returning in spring, on how time seemed to move faster with each passing year. To anyone looking from the outside, the house seemed trapped in the past. To Harold, it was a place where love had never stopped living, even after silence became constant. As the years went by, Maplewood changed very little, but Harold felt the weight of time in every slower step and in every ache that appeared without warning. His children had left while still young, chasing opportunities in larger cities like Boston and Chicago. They built careers, families, and new routines. Visits became rare, phone calls more spaced out, Christmas cards shorter. Still, Harold never removed the second cup from the table. Every afternoon, he sat on the porch, watching the sun sink behind hills covered in orange leaves during autumn or buried under snow in winter. In his hands, an old pocket watch marked the hours with a steady ticking, reminding him that time kept moving forward, even when his heart wished everything could stay the same. He remembered Sundays filled with family, the loud voices of children running through the house, small arguments at the table followed quickly by laughter. Harold never complained about loneliness, never expressed sadness in public. For him, staying in that house was a silent duty, a promise made many years earlier, when he vowed that the home would never stop being a place to return to. While neighbors came and went, while houses were sold and renovated, Harold remained, believing that family is not only those who are present every day, but those bound by ties strong enough to survive distance, time, and the unavoidable changes of life. On a cold autumn morning, when fallen leaves covered Maplewood's main street like a golden carpet, something unexpected happened. The front door opened before 6 o'clock. Harold, still holding the coffee pot, froze. Standing at the entrance were his children, now gray-haired, accompanied by spouses and grandchildren he knew only through photographs kept in old albums. Silence filled the house as they noticed the table set for 2, the hot coffee, the freshly toasted bread. One of the children, voice trembling, asked why he continued with that routine, why he had never sold the house or moved closer to them. Harold walked slowly toward the wall, touched the photograph of the woman in the blue dress, and began to explain. He said that on the last day they were together, she asked him never to let love grow cold inside that house. She asked him to keep the home alive, even when it felt empty. Harold explained that every morning was a way of saying good morning to the past, the present, and the future. The children believed it was simply longing, an attachment to what was gone. Then Harold paused, looked at each of them, and revealed something that changed the meaning of his silent routine forever. Harold explained that he was never waiting for someone who had left, but preparing the house for those who would one day return. He said he always knew life would take his children far away, but he believed true bonds do not break, they only stretch. Each extra cup on the table was a sign of hope, not absence. In that moment, 2 cups became many. Laughter filled the rooms that for years had known only the echo of Harold's footsteps. Children ran through the backyard, touching the old oak tree, now a witness to yet another generation creating memories. The house, once seen as frozen in the past, revealed itself ready for the future. In Maplewood, on that simple morning, it became clear that family is not defined by constant closeness, but by the certainty of belonging. True bonds are not broken by time or distance. They wait, silently, until the moment everyone finds their way back home.